Hello and welcome to Nonprofit Nuggets with Jennifer Yarbrough. I am your nonprofit expert with over 30 years of experience helping nonprofit leaders start, grow, and sustain their nonprofit businesses. As you enjoy this podcast, I want you to take notes, I want you to listen closely, and then I want you to take action. If at all you would like to have a conversation with me, please feel free to reach out to me at www.jdyarbrough.com. That's JD as in David, Yarbrough.com. I would love to speak with you. You can schedule time on my calendar by going to www.timewithjen.com. Timewithjen, that's JEN.com. Again, welcome to Nonprofit Nuggets with Jen. I want to first welcome everyone today and into this conversation. All right. This is going to be a conversation and kind of like a little mini training for you. I want to make sure that you guys are in position to ensure that you are getting the resources that your organization needs to continue to operate. I always talk about being ready, right? Being proactive and not reactive. And right now there is conversations. Recently, the Fed, increased the interest rates. And what does that mean? What does that mean to your donors? What does that mean to your organization? What does that mean to the people as it relates to their finances? Now, let's remember that people give to people. All right. People give to people. Put that in the chat. People give to people. All right. And so your donors and your funders are people who are also going through decisions. They're having to make decisions about their money. They're having to make decisions about their investments. They're having to make decisions about what they are able to support. Okay. I want you to know that the bright side of this is that it is in these types of times that our organizations show themselves as valuable and necessary. That if you are an organization that is providing quality service, you are providing essential services, you are providing a supportive service that your community benefits from, it is during times like this that your organization is needed more than ever, right? So if you are those shelters, if you are those transitional programs, if you are those feeding programs, if you are those programs that are helping and supporting those who are in dire needs or straits, your organizations matter. All right. And so for those of you all who are new to me, those of you who are, this is your first time listening to me rant on and on about the nonprofit and so forth, I want to tell you that I have been doing this work for over 30 years. Over 30 years is this has been my career. All right. I am a professional fundraiser. I don't talk about this stuff. I've done this stuff and I continue to do this. All right. And I've raised money during times of recession, during times after 9/11, during times after Katrina, during times after the last economic downturn in 2006, 7, and 8, right? So what do I know about fundraising during times of recession? I know that people still give. I know that people still give. And I know that our organizations now more than ever are needed. That's what I know. I know that the work that you are doing is needed more than ever. Now, what usually happens is that organizations have not been consistent, have not managed a plan, have not gotten a list of donors and supporters that you have cultivated, right? And now you are desperate. Now you are in a place of, I need money. But where does money come from? Money comes from people. And the people that money comes from are also facing high gas prices. They're also facing challenges as it relates to their businesses and enterprise, right? But what does that mean? That means that you have to begin now. Put now in the chat. I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. I need y'all to understand the urgency, because some of you all have been sitting back and we're already into month 7 of this year. And if the projections are true, right, then you want to make sure that your organization is in position to not have to catch up, but that you are ahead and not behind. You know, sometimes we like to come from behind, and that's a long journey, honey, to make up ground. All right. I want you guys to know that now is when you want to take action. Now is when you want to make sure that you are doing the work that is going to help you get through this time on top. I can tell y'all, I can tell you as sure as my name is Jennifer, organizations that are prepared. What does prepared mean, Jen? Prepared means I've got my donors, I've got my prospects, I am cultivating, I am visible, I am consistent with showing and sharing the value and the impact of our work. You are top of mind. Can you imagine having to weed through all of the other organizations that have done this, been visible, been consistent, been cultivated? Now you've got to try to get ahead of them in front of your donor. You live in a community. The people in your community are the ones that see the work, that are aware of what you do, that give to what you do, that support your work, but they've got to know about you. You do not want to wait. You do not want to wait any longer. Now listen to me. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just wanting to throw a cold dose of water of reality on you. Your organization is your responsibility. If you are the executive director, then you have got to make a decision that I'm going to be clear, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to be persistent in terms of my visibility. And if you are not, that's why you don't have any money. And as we are going into these conversations about recession, interest rate being impacted, who does that affect? Who does that affect? It affects your donors, not the people in your program. Your people in your program already have challenges, are already having hurdles, but it's not financial probably, right? So the people that are impacted by what's going on in the economy are your donors, are your funders. And does that mean that they're going to stop giving? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They still only have the choice of, what do I do with my money? I'm not giving it to the IRS, right? They still need those services. They still need the programs. They still need the resources that your organization brings to the table. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Now, for those of you who say, well, Jen, I don't have the money. What is your plan? The period does not go there. A period does not stop with, I don't have the money. No, you as a business leader, you as an organization that provides a solution, I want y'all to hear me, that provides a solution to the needs, the issues, the concerns of your community. You're needed. Your mission matters. And the support for that mission, the support for the programs that you're doing. Y'all, we've got to do the work. Or is it a money grab? Is it a money grab? I want the money for now, Jen. I want the money because I need it for the next 10 days. And then on day 11, you're broke again. On day 11, you don't know what to do. That is not how your organization is going to be able to endure these next couple of months. And let me tell you about the trends of fundraising. Let me tell you about the trends of fundraising. All right. Let me tell you the trends. The trends are this. The summer months are the hardest months to raise money in the summer. Why? Because the air conditioner bill is high. Everybody is now having to pay higher electricity bills. The kids are home for the summer. So now I got to buy more food because the refrigerator door is swinging in and out. We on vacations, and now we've got to put our money now to reunions and family vacations. So that disposable income that your donors would have, right, has been divided. So during the summer months, it's always lean. It's always lean in the areas of fundraising, right? There are dips and falls in fundraising. Towards the end of the year, fundraising increases. Why? Because people want to make sure that they get that last minute tax deductible gift in before the taxes are due, right? The beginning of the year is usually a downturn. Why? Because we done spent money all on Christmas. We done blown the money through the holidays. And so now things are a little lean. But you want to get ahead of it so that when the incline starts again, your organization is in front of it. Am I making sense? Why do I feel like I'm screaming? I'm always feeling like I'm screaming, Jesus, lamb. All right. Y'all know I love this stuff. And I'm sitting back having conversations with some organizations that just don't get it. And I'm like, here we are about to go into month 7. And you're sitting in the same place that you were sitting last year this time. Why? Why? If you started your nonprofit to support your community, or did you start it for a money grab? Did you start it because of your own burden and desire to have something? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking to the ones that say, Jen, we've got a valuable and valuable program. We've got a solution to the needs of the community. I want you to be prepared. I want you to take action. It's not about me, it's about you. It's about your organization being stable financially. Stable. Not that I raised $3,000 and now it's all gone and we're busted again. That you've got multiple streams of income. That's how you're going to endure this recession, this time of economic uncertainty, right? We don't know how long the gas prices are going to be what they are, and they may rise. Food prices are going crazy, but what does that impact? It impacts your donors as well. It impacts the people that could and would and will support those organizations that they are familiar with. So then what do you do? What's your strategy? First thing is you've got to practice gratitude. You have got to give your donors the understanding, the visibility, the credit, the stewardship that what you have done to this point has worked. Now is the time to practice gratitude. I want you all to record a short video. I want you to tell your donors that their giving has made the world and your community a better place. I want you to let them know that their support has enabled your organization to reach these specific goals, whatever they are. That's what you got to do. so that you can remain top of mind with who? The people who are still going to give. But I want you to put yourself in the donor's shoes. They too are being faced and confronted with the gas prices. They too are being confronted with the issues of, you know, what's going on in the supermarket and how the housing market, right? The tax rates. It impacts them, it impacts them, it impacts their business, it impacts their home, just like it impacts yours. Do you think they're going to close their business? No. So you can't close yours. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? You've also got to keep in touch. Those of you who have not cultivated your donors, those of you who have had an event, right? Had a whole bunch of people that came through the event, but those of you that did not capture names, that did not capture ways and means by which to, thank you so much, by ways and means by which to stay in touch with these individuals. You've got to stay in touch, right? Commit to staying in touch with your community. What are you saying? You're saying, this is what we've done. This is what we plan to do. These are the testimonials of our success. You want to stay top of mind so that when the donor is making a decision of where they put their resources, you are on top of that list. You cannot come from the bottom and expect that overnight. Jen, I'm going to send an email. When was the last time they got an email from you? Jen, I need to make an ask. Is that the only time you reach out to them, is when you're asking? Right? I was talking to someone today about donor fatigue, that they got 4 or 5 people that gives to their organization over and over and over and over again. I'm like, you'll never raise enough money to sustain your organization with 4 people. It's impossible. You've got to grow your donor consistency, your presence. How do you do that? How do you do that? You got to be visible. You got to stay in touch. Focus on not just one big gift. Focus not just on one big gift, but focus on reoccurring giving, right? Those are your monthly donors. Those are your sustainer dollars. Focus on the reoccurring giving. If you need $20,000, focus then on 20 people who can give $100, right? 40 people who can give $50. It is quicker and easier to focus on the smaller gift than to count on someone being able to give the larger gift, especially during this downtown. People are still going to want to help. I can tell you that it is during the times of economic challenge that people become more generous. I can tell you, I know. After 30 years of fundraising, I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. Fundraising is predictable. I say this all the time. Fundraising is predictable. That if you do the right action, you will definitely get the right result. Guaranteed. But you've got to be consistent. That if in fact you need large sums of money, that means you got to get more people. More people is how you get more money. You cannot count on 1 or 2 people being able to give you 20,000, 10,000, or 30,000. Now that may happen. Those are your major donors, but it's going to be your reoccurring donors. Those are your sustainer dollars. Those are the dollars that can come in on a smaller scale and you can get those consistently. It doesn't take a decision to give $20 a month. It takes a decision to give $20,000, right? So you want those that don't have to make a large decision. I can do that. I can afford that. I can afford $20 a month. I can afford $25 a month. I can afford $50 a month. But when you come and talking about, I need $1,000, I need $20,000, I need $5,000, that's a lot, especially now with the people having to make a decision on where they're going to put your money. And you want to make sure that they feel comfortable with you. What's going to make them feel comfortable with you? They know that your program is doing the work. They're clear about the impact that you are making. They understand the role that your organization has as it relates to change. All right. Now would be a time also to think about collaborations. Collaborations to raise money. That we're in and through this collaboration, you're able to show a greater reach and capacity. Now would be a great time to start thinking about and considering collaborations. Okay. And you definitely want to avoid emergency solicitations. You don't want that. Oh my gosh, we need this or our doors are going to close. Asking your donors to bail you out is not the message that they want to see. Why? Because it sounds like depression. It sounds like lack of potential of sustainability. It sounds like you are on the brink of collapse. So why would that donor want to take their limited resources and pour it into that type of organization? You want to avoid those. People want to give and play on a winning team. They want to know that the organizations that they are supporting, right, are being managed well. And you want to get social. You want to get social. All right. You want to be seen. You want to be visible. You want to be able to create relevant content that connects with your community, connects with the people. People give to people, right? People give to people. And your donors have a love language. Your donor has a language by which they give. They give because they want to do good works. They give because they think it's the right thing to do. They give because they are also invested and interested in the success of your program because it's something that they went through, right? So you want to be able to meet the donors where they are and not just on your websites or on your social media pages. People give to people, and it has to be a win-win. You're not a charity where you're just saying, give me, give me, give me, but you're not giving anything back. It is a win-win, right? They're investing into your organizations because you are doing a work that they believe is important, they know is important, and you are able to show and share that through your testimonials, through your videos of success, through your numbers and your evaluation. Y'all, organizations have raised more money during economic downtime. Why? Because of these things I just told you about. All right. And if you are not doing it, then don't be surprised you ain't got no money. If you're not doing it, then don't be surprised you ain't got no money. If you're not willing to do it on a consistent basis, then you don't have any money and you just sit in it, right? You don't have a team. You don't want to hire a team. You don't want to work with anybody. You don't want to invest in help. Then sit in that, sit right there. And it's only going to get, that seat is only going to get hotter. Am I making sense? Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to make a decision. on the direction your nonprofit is going to go in. Now, listen, people start nonprofits because they think that's where the money is. And true enough, there is access to funds. However, those funds in your business model is recurring. Let me say that again. You should have a business model for recurring funds. Every business does. Every business does. That recurring means we've got enough money coming into our organization to support our program, to support our organization, to support our materials, our supplies, our staff. And if you are not in that place, why? What do I need to do to Jen to get started? I don't know what to do first. I don't know what to do first. You got to know people. How do I know people, Jen? You got to be social. What do I say, Jen? You talk about why your organization is important. What's the win-win? You stay in touch. You're building relationships. You're not grabbing checks. You're building relationships. It's the relationships that you build today that is going to help support your organization long term. Why? Because those relationships that you build today, those individuals, those businesses, they know, they see, they believe, they've been stewarded, they've been stayed in touch with, they have evidence that your organization is making a better difference, a great difference in the community. And in the relationship, it's important to them, not just to you. See, y'all are forgetting the donor. Y'all are forgetting why people make decisions to give. Why would a person go to work every day and then come back and give it to an organization? Because it's what they see as important. It is what they also acknowledge as important. Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do today to ensure that your organization is able to endure this recession? You know, I get this question to me all the time. People say to me, Jen, what's my guarantee? What's my guarantee? Right? I need help. I need help, Jen. I need help with grant writing, but I can't afford it. I need help, Jen, with helping to understand fundraising, but I can't afford it. You got two options. You continue to do what you're doing, and you're going to get the same result. Or you get help. And that investment raises your capacity. Because if you're not keeping in touch, if you're not cultivating donors, you are spending more in terms of time, because time is money. Time is money. And every day that you don't have a plan or a strategy to raise it, to get it, to cultivate for it, you've lost more in just any business model. That if you are not focused on raising money, you're spending more than you got a plan to bring in. That's a bad business model. Am I making sense? Now, don't wait for July to come. Don't wait for August to come. And we can't read the future, but we know that what's happening now, we can predict that people who give to people are being impacted by the same things that you and I are being impacted by. Those are your donors. Those are your business leaders. Those are the people who are having to make financial decisions. So now you want to put that plan in place. Now you want to be consistent. That's if you want to be competitive. Because let me tell you what's happening. Your organization is not the only one that is vying for the attention in your community. Your organization is not the only one. So I want to put you on game that this is how those organizations that have the money, that have the resources, that have the ability, that have the capability to continue to thrive during times of economic change. What are they doing? Exactly what I just told you to do. Exactly what I told you to do. It's what they're doing. So you do it too. You do it too. You do what works. Don't continue to do what doesn't work. You do what works. Visibility, consistency, sharing and showing your impact, right? That's what works. Being able to now practice gratitude, staying in touch with your donors and focusing on reoccurring gifts. Those sustainer givers, right? In your overall budget, a budget includes expenses and revenue. Expenses and revenue. That's what your budget is comprised of. You need the revenue to cover the expenses. And many of you have only focused on the expenses, right? We got to focus on the revenue as well. The revenue is what covers and pays for the expenses. So what's involved? What are the opportunities for those revenue options? The revenue options, they come from individuals. That's your largest section of givers. Those people are who give regular donors, monthly donors. They give major donors. Those are people who come, that comes from individuals. That's going to comprise about 70% of your budget. And that's cash, that's designated or not, non-designated. That is money that you can use for your organization. All right. So in addition to the individuals, you've got products and services. You've got in-kind, you've got events, you've got grants. I'm running a special for Juneteenth. I'm running a special on grant writing. So if you guys have been wanting grants, if you guys have been wanting support in helping with your grant seeking efforts, I'm running a huge special for Juneteenth. All right. So this whole weekend, I'm offering a discount. So if you want some information about that, then just reach out to me and I'll tell you what it is. All right. Listen, I'm getting ready to go, but I wanted to make sure that I told you the truth. I am your nonprofit expert. I am the person that has been doing this work the longest, right? And I'm the person that not just talks about it. I'm not one of these people that just talks about what I read. No, I've raised money. I've raised hundreds of millions of dollars during the recession. I've raised money. I've taught people how to raise money during these down times. Raise money during Katrina, raise money during 9/11, raise money during 2006, 7, and 8. Why? Because we had organizations that I was getting paid in, and I was like, I can't lose my job. So I was over fundraising. I'm like, we got to keep these doors open. Now is not the time to make a decision to close your doors. Now is not the time, because your organization, your programs are needed now more than ever. Where is the money? It's in your ability to articulate impact. That's where the money is. It's in your connections. It's in your relationships. It's in your visibility. It's in what you do on a regular basis to stay top of mind. That's where the money is. Especially now. especially now. So listen, y'all, this is not a game. This is not a game. And I am saying this because this impacts lives. I don't play with this. The work that we do impacts lives. It impacts families. It impacts children. It impacts fathers. I'm in it for the lives. Some of y'all are in it for the money. Money is not the problem. Money is not your problem. You ain't got no money. Money is not your problem. It is, are you doing the things that is going to bring attention, that's going to show value, that is going to show impact? That's where the money is. And during this particular time of the season of recession, of economic hardship, your programs are more important than ever. All right. I love y'all bunches. I love y'all. I love you. I'm with you. I am one of you. And as your nonprofit expert, as the one that wants to share and coach and mentor, assist, show, demonstrate, and do it for you, right? We've got a whole team of services where we will do it for you, right? You love me back. Thank you. That we will do it for you. Don't delay, y'all. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late, because then now you've got to try to play catch up. It's hard enough to stay on top, right? But you got to do it. You got to work it, and you can. You absolutely can. And if you are doing it by yourself, then reach out to me. We can help you. We can help you. We can work out something. We can work with your budget, but we need to get you on top, because I'm telling you what's coming. I've been here before now. I've been here more than once. And I can tell you that if you don't put the things in place that need to be in place now, it's going to be harder later. You think it's hard now? I'm telling you, it's going to be harder later. All right? Now listen. I wish I knew how to talk real sweet. I wish I knew how to say it in a way that, sounded interesting and compelling. All I know is direct. All I know is to tell you the truth and let the chips fall where they may. All I know is to tell you the entire truth about this process. That's all I know. I ain't making up nothing. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. And those of you who are a part of my community, those of you who have followed me and have worked with me, I am serious about the nonprofit, honey. I'm not new to this. I am true to this. Paul built tents. I build nonprofits. That's what I do. I build nonprofits.